Hello to all the motorsport fans all over the world. This is Motorsport Progression, and I'm back again with another one. So, this is the Formula One 2021 driver standings after the Qatar Grand Prix, which was the 20th Grand Prix. So, remember, it's a new track on the circuit, and the teams had to learn the track and do some data work. So, it wasn't easy for anyone. So, after a victory for Lewis Hamilton, just looking at the top of the standings, you have Max Verstappen driving for Red Bull Racing with 351.5 points. So Max has done really well. The point 5 points came when they had half points for the race distance in Belgium because the race was red flagged because it was too rainy, so they had half points. So if you see point 5 on the list, that means those half points counted towards the championship table. And then in second place you have Lewis Hamilton in the Mercedes AMG Petronas with 343.5 points. So that's an 8 point gap. Hamilton trails Verstappen by 8 points with two more Grand Prix to go, two more races to go. And in third, you have Valtteri Bottas with 203 points. So Valtteri is nearly 150 points off the lead, So Valtteri struggled. He had a couple of DNFs, a couple of crashes, so he wasn't able to compete with Hamilton and Verstappen. Then you have Sergio Perez with 190 points. He's driving for Red Bull, and Sergio had to pick up his skills in the Red Bull because the Red Bull is very difficult to drive, and people say it's only geared towards Max Verstappen, but Sergio starts setting up the car towards his liking, and he managed to collect some good points and some second and thirds, and he's been on the podium a couple of times, so good results for Sergio in that regard. And then in fifth position you have Landon Norris with 153 points in the McLaren. Lando's drove very well, had a couple of podium finishes as well, and he made a mistake in Russia, so he could have more points. And he's had a couple of entangles in the Grand Prix this season, so he's lost a few points. So Lando could have been well up there, but he's had some good performances. But maybe it's tailing off towards the end of the season. But next year, hopefully, the McLaren is strong and Lando is going to be strong. And then in sixth position, you have Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari. So he's only 1 point behind Lando. So they're going to be competing in the last two races to see who gets the fifth position. And then Carlos Sainz is in the same bracket as well. He's got 145.5 points. So he's about 7 points off Leclerc and 8 points of Lando. So Carlos Sainz is going to be gunning for that fifth position as well. Then you have Daniel Ricardo with 105 points. And Daniel, he's been driving very well. He won the Grand Prix in Monza, the Italian Grand Prix. So Daniel Ricciardo's been driving very well, and there's gonna be more stronger performances to come from Daniel. And then in ninth position you have Pierre Gasly with 92 points. Gasly's been driving well. He's been driving with a lot of spirit, a lot of energy. He wants to prove himself that he's a very good driver, even though he didn't really make it at Red Bull, but he wants to prove himself this time, and he's been driving very well. His skills have been very top level, and yeah, hopefully he gets a better car next season so he can show more skills. And then you have Alonso in 10th position with 77 points, and Alonso just came back into Formula One after a 2-year hiatus. He finished third in the Qatar Grand Prix, so he's been doing okay. He enjoyed the track, and he's been doing very well. So shout outs to Alonso as well. And I wanted to touch on a subject. Basically, Max Verstappen's got 9 wins, and Lewis Hamilton's got 7 wins. So that's a lot of wins between the two drivers, and there's only like 22 races. So it's gonna be a enthralling end to the Grand Prix season. So there's only 2 drivers that can win it, and there's 8 points between them with 2 Grand Prix to go. So it's all to play for. Whoever wants it the most will get the championship. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the next race, and the one after. So yeah, just take it as it is and on to the next one.